Hey guys, welcome. I am live right now on Facebook and Instagram. I mean, not Instagram. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm on live on Facebook and YouTube. And I'm kind of in like some type of device crisis right now. I don't know what's going on with all of my devices, but they're going crazy. So if you can do me a favor and share the live wherever you are, welcome. It is about 12 o'clock on the West Coast. So I'm going to do my own nails today. I know I've been doing my nails a lot. I'm trying to be as consistent as possible. I'm trying to go back to the old days. But thank you guys for tuning in and welcome. It is Saturday, right? I think it's Saturday. It's Saturday. Okay, so I'm just sharing, and then we can get started. Welcome. Oh, and comment where you're watching from. Where are you watching from? It is, like I said, 12 o'clock on the West Coast. What time is it where you're at? So I soaked off my nails the other day, like I told you guys the other night, and now I still have a little bit of blue left over on my nails, so I'm just going to remove it with my sanding band. And I have been playing with my cuticles like a lot, excessively, for no reason at all. So I'm just going to leave that cuticle action out today. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta get a good angle. Maybe I'll change my lighting a little bit. Yeah, I think that's better. Ouch. Also, some of my nails, y'all, I never have my nails off for this long, but a few of them were just breaking really low. So I tried to save them, but really I didn't try to save them. So some of them are very low. I'm gonna do tips today. I'm not in a rush, but I don't feel like doing forms. I don't feel like sitting that long, I guess. And I will show you guys my tips. They're not super curvy, but they do have that slight curve to them. And they're clear tips, but yeah, I'm gonna show you guys all that fun stuff in a second. Looks like we hit 300 views kind of quickly. So normally when we hit 300 views, or when I notice that we hit 300 views, I tell you guys to plug your business. So drop your Instagram, Facebook, YouTube link, whatever it is, plug yourself in. Doesn't matter what your business pertains to, but plug yourself. Somebody on the live, watching the live, might need your services or something that you provide. So plug yourself in. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. And I hope that you can gain a couple of followers. Make sure you follow people back, please. Don't be rude. And the e-file that I'm using, it's been the same e-file that I've been using for a little while now, but this is from ctones.com. It is the marathon drill. So if you just go on ctones.com and type in marathon, you will find this table drill. It is very heavy duty. It has a powerful motor. Honestly, I don't recommend it for people who are just getting familiar with the e-file. I recommend the portable e-file, which has a little bit of a slower motor, and it's a lot more lightweight and easy to get accustomed to for the beginner. And obviously the price also reflects that. But if you are a seasoned nail tech, or if you are seasoned and proficient in the e-file, then I definitely think that you would appreciate the powerfulness of the marathon. So I really love this drill. I mean, the e-file, I haven't been using it. I haven't been using any of my others since having it. And then my drill bits also, of course, are from ctones.com. My sanding bands, you can get sanding bands from anywhere, guys. I feel like you can't really waste on sanding bands or something that you're always going to need. And I like to buy them in bulk. But you can find decent sanding bands on Amazon, eBay, anywhere that sells nail supplies. So I'm just getting off that blue. I'm being really gentle since I'm using my left hand, which is not as stable as my right. Alrighty, so I'm all prepped. This is all of the prepping that I'm going to be doing to my natural nails. And this is my getaway of dusting off my hands. It's just doing that on the towel. And I already have my tips sized out, but I'm going to show you the box that they came from. Y'all, these tips, I don't use tips. You guys don't often see me using tips, so I've had these tips for like, had to be at least 2 years or over a year at least. But these are, I wrote that up there, Lemoore clear tips, because I bought them when they were in the baggies, and then I just emptied the 50-piece baggies into my nail tip box. So I know everybody's always wondering where I get certain supplies, tips, guys. I really don't have the plug on the clear tips. I just have always loved the more clear tips, so I've never had a problem with them. But they are not that easy to find. When I found them, they were obviously at a nail supply, so you can look them up on eBay. I'm not sure if Amazon has them, but Amazon is evolving every day, so check it out on Amazon. There might be somebody on Etsy that has them. Don't give up if you really want them. They weren't expensive to me, but I did buy them individually by the baggie. So yeah, I'm going to do my right hand first. Because that's the harder hand to do. So Okay, so I'm using clear tips because I want to be using glitter acrylic today, and I like that see-through kind of 3D look when I'm using glitter. So I'm going to be using clear tips. But if you just need regular tips, y'all, natural color tips, C-tones, got you. We do have a tip box, and it does include the glue on ctones.com. But that's for natural tips. I am not the plug on clear tips, y'all. I wish I was. I was going to be in April, but then COVID came and killed my little dreams. But I promise you guys, I'm continuously working on trying to be the person or the company that has everything that you need. So also check out my Amazon store. Some of the stuff that I don't have on ctones.com, I found it on Amazon. I've used it personally, and it is on my Amazon shop. So if you check out Mick Does Nails on Amazon. Okay, so anyway, oh, and thank you for my stars. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. But yeah, I'm using KDS glue. This is my favorite tip glue. I've been doing nails 9 years. All 9 years I have used KDS. The formula has not changed even a little bit. The pros and cons of this glue, kind of the same exact thing. It dries hella quickly, so you need to hurry up and do what you need to do and do it right the first time, because if you glue a nail on sideways, you're gonna have to either do a lot of filing or take it completely off. So yeah, this is like a precision glue. It doesn't give you a lot of time to work with it, so set it down and then go. Personally, on my own nails, I always lay my my tips crooked, so I try my best, but I'm not about to sit here and take my nails off and all that extra stuff, because I'm not a paying client. But KDS glue, you can find on Amazon, eBay, almost any nail supply. Well, no, I'm not going to say almost any nail supply, because I feel like all the nail supplies used to have it and then they didn't anymore. But it is available on online. I'm not clipping my natural nails down. I don't plan on keeping these tips on for long. Y'all know me. But every time I say that, I tend to keep them on longer than I anticipated. And all the ones that I want to keep on forever, I don't. This is my crooked finger, so gotta do a little extra to get this tip to at least look straight. But welcome to the live, y'all. All my first time viewers, welcome. I hope that you come back. I've said before, like my granddaddy said, first time you come, you're a visitor. Second time you come, you're family. So just come in, pop in, check in, let us know where you're watching from. And if you're just a nail lover, or if you're a nail tech, we do have a group for nail technicians. If you're a nail lover, we have a nail group for nail lovers. It's called #NailTechSlay. So yeah, welcome to the live. I have a bunch of nail sisters in here at all times, and I know that I'm not always answering questions in the live because I'm working and I really don't see the comments while I'm working, or it'll be really late when I see the comments. So most of my nail sisters are in here, and they will guide you to the answers to any of the questions that you may have. And I also do look at the comments after the live, and I'll answer if your comment was unfortunately but accidentally and unintentionally ignored. So yeah, feel free to leave a comment. And all my family, my nail tech family, I love you guys. Thank you guys for being in here and for sharing my lives all the time. I don't get all these views because how amazing I am. I get all these views because my nail tech family, I have a huge following and supporters who genuinely love and care about the work that I do. So I appreciate you guys. You guys are the reason why I deal with all the mess on social media. But this morning, like, I got up and I was real life about to deactivate all of this stuff. Like, I was over it. But you know what? I don't only do this for myself. I do it for my viewers, and I have had a lot of viewers just leave me comments or even send me private messages about how my videos are therapeutic to them, or my videos are just like, they just enjoy watching them, they're calming. People always think that they're weird when they say it, but a million people say it to me. They say it all the time. They just like my voice. So that's cool too, if that's the only reason why you watch. But that's not weird, because literally people say it all the time. And when I was little, I used to wonder why I sounded like a boy. But now that I'm older, it's crazy. It's when you get older, the stuff that people kind of give you props for are the same things people used to bully you for when you were like little. So I guess that's kind of cool. So I'm not going to be clipping down my nails at all today. I'm going to just leave them how they are. I'm going to do all the filing and all that fun stuff at the end. So I don't even know what shape I'm going to do today, but yeah, we'll just see how this goes. I'm going to just slap some acrylic on there. Y'all know how I am. Let me get my primer out. Even though I said I'm not keeping these nails on for a long time, I don't want them to pop off tomorrow. That's not going to be fun. My primer was just sitting directly next to my frozen lemonade. So, oh shit. I think I just spilled primer on myself, y'all. I gotta clean this off like ASAP or I'm gonna die. Okay, so make sure when you're rinsing off primer, you're using soap. This is, everybody loves this soap, but make sure that you're using soap. I'm gonna really, really rub it on my hands really good. I'm glad you guys are seeing this, because this is a nail mistake that you don't ever want to make, is spilling primer on yourself. So I'm going to really rub in this soap, and you're not even supposed to use as much as I just used, because you're supposed to dilute it. But yeah, I don't have time for all that. Otherwise I can get chemical burns from the primer. So I'm going to rub that in, and gladly, I'm not feeling any burn. If the primer was setting into my skin by now, I would be feeling it. So now I'm going to run some water over my hands, rinse this off real good, and if I feel any kind of burning, I have to do it all over again. So don't spill primer on yourself. Don't shake up your primer bottle if you don't know if it's open or not, which I just did. Also, close your primer bottle every single time that you set it back down. Nail tech tip. Nail tech school 101. Mickey almost died just now. Okay guys, I'm back and I am alive. And I'm not burning at all. I told you guys about that time I spilled primer on my lap and it went down, and I like sat on it, and then it burned my ass, y'all. It was so bad. It was so bad. I was like, my butt cheek is on fire. What is going on? And I ended up changing pants. It was so bad, y'all. But yeah, don't ever underestimate your primer. You guys always see me, I'm that nail tech that like I'll spill something and I don't give a shit, I keep on going. So I've done that with primer before, and it literally leads to chemical burns. Y'all, don't play with your primer. Your monomer, your top coat, some polish, no big deal. But your primer, that's definitely a big deal. But yeah, welcome first time viewers. So I'm really drying off my natural nails. and then I will fully dehydrate them. And that's how awesome that nail glue is, though, y'all. Oh, look, see, the primer had dripped down this nail and melted this nail. So imagine what it would have done to my skin. So yeah, so anyway, I'm going to use some acetone to dehydrate my nails. And then I want to try that whole primer thing again. And instead of blending the tips, I'm going to just melt them down with the acetone into my natural nail. But after I do that step, I gotta hurry up, because if I get too much acetone on the tip, the entire tip will melt. And this is just acetone. It's just gonna dehydrate my nail. All right, there we go, y'all. This is my clear. Okay, so my brush is so crazy looking, but it's my favorite brush. Like, I really don't ever want to stop using this brush. But this is a number 14. And I'm going to, I have my, this is a armrest, just to kind of stabilize my hand, since I'm using my left hand. If my subject is more still, then it's easier to apply the acrylic. But the awkward part is figuring out how to put this armrest so that my hand is still in the camera but also comfortable. Okay, that'll work. Okay, so it is primer time, y'all, and we're gonna do this right this time. Nobody's gonna die. Nobody's gonna get burned. Okay, so I'm also going to start with a very thin layer of Ice Ultra Clear. I don't have to do this, but I like to do this for when I'm doing the removing process. This makes getting glitter off a lot easier. So very thin layer, very small bead. Okay, so I picked 2 random glitter colors out of my C-Tones collection. I know that this one is fairly new. It's kind of mermaidish. Well, not kinda. It's very mermaidish. But the other one that I picked, I really don't know what it looks like yet. But I do know that it glows in the dark. And it's green. Okay, so like green and gold. There's no specific way that I am putting it on the nail. Just want to kind of get the full effect of both colors without oversaturating the nail, because I still want to have that see-through kind of 3-dimensional look. I'm using small beads because I want that glitter to just kind of ombre out. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my clear. My bead is kind of wet. Not kind of, my bead is wet. And I'm going to just encapsulate this glitter. And at this point, like, I can add some more while I'm encapsulating, and then encapsulate again for a little bit more textured of an effect with the glitter, but it's up to you. The glitter acrylic I'm using for designing. I'm not really using it for building up the body of it. That is what I'm using my ultra clear for. That's going to build up the structure and my apex, and it's going to fill in the cuticle area that I am not going to fill in with glitter. I do like my curve. It's been a second since I had one. So there's no specific structure that I want this glitter. I am going to put just a tad bit more of the green glitter on each nail because it glows in the dark. But I still want that scattered effect even when the lights are off. I'm putting on my powder just a little bit more wet. My clear powder. It gives me a little bit more time to work with it. So I have mentioned before that when I'm using my left hand, I tend to use just wetter beads and use the paint and pat method or paint and pull method. So it does require more beads because each layer that I'm putting on is just a thin layer that's being blended into the last thin layer until I built it up to the thickness that I wanted. It just gives me a little bit more control with my left hand because I'm not a lefty, but my right hand still needs to be done. Okay, so now I'm going to well, I want a little bit more glow in the center. And a little bit more of the blue/purple down here. And for those of you who are just tuning in, this is a number 14 brush. And of course, this is Ice Ultra Clear from ctones.com. And there goes my curves so far. They're kind of Mardi Gras-ish, kinda. It's missing a lot of gold, but I don't know. They look like I'm ready to party. far, so far. They look crazy, I know. But I'm getting there, I promise. That's gonna be fun. I'm going to encapsulate it. And one last bead for my apex, just to make sure it's not lopsided and it's smooth. Okay, just one more. Just one. Look, watch. Just one. I promise, just one. Okay, I'm done. You know I gotta show my thumbs extra love because they're big. Alright, so I know they look crazy, but I'm going to be doing all of the filing and shaping after the acrylic is dry. I know that's backwards, but yeah, it just helps me have a more uniform and perfect shape at the end rather than do that nice shape at the beginning before I lay the acrylic, and then I lay the acrylic and the shape is gone and then I have to file it back. So I want to be doing all that filing at the end anyway, so I'm just going to do it all at the end. So there we are so far, and thank you so much for all of my viewers. For those of you who are watching, I appreciate you. I love you. God bless you, and thank you for tuning in. So first time you come by, you are a visitor, and the next time you come by, your family. So I am going to set my number 14 brush because you see it is dirty. I'm going to rinse it off with a little bit of acetone first, and then I'm going to let it sit in my brush cup off to the side. My brush cup is dirty. Oh, it looks dirty, but my brush cup is full of my old monomer. So boom, it's gonna sit in yesterday's monomer. Because all of my brushes sat in the monomer all last night. So I'm going to let that sit there and clean my brush out really good. And then once I take it out of my brush cup, I'm going to rinse it off again with acetone and clean monomer really, 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 really good. And I want to make sure that I dry my brush really good before I start using it again, because I want to get any of the old product or liquid that's stuck up inside of the barrel right here. All that liquid that's in there, I'm gonna make sure I drain that out completely. So I have my brushes sitting over here off to the side because they have been drying since I removed them from the monomer that they soaked in last night. So now it's time for my strong hand. And I've already removed my blue. So remember, I had to wash my hands because I almost had chemical burns. Oh shoot, I forgot where I put my tips. They're underneath the towel. There they are. So again, I am using L'Amour tips and KDS tip glue. So I always apply my glue with my finger kind of facing downward like this or like this, because otherwise if I'm putting on my glue with my hand straight, or if it's tilted upward in the angle that I'm looking at it, sorry guys, then the glue can spill down into my damn y'all, I'm losing my words today, my cuticle area. Boom. You don't want that to happen, especially before you are about to apply acrylic. It's going to mess up the entire process. So just a bead that's big enough so that it holds the entire nail tip, but also small enough so that it does not run down your finger when you see how this finger is going that way. So I have to put the tip on the other way. That's why I have to look at my tips from this angle when I'm applying them. Because if I look at them from the other angle, then they're going to be as crooked as my nail is. And I'm just applying a little bit of glue underneath so it can fill in any air pockets between my natural nail and the tip. So boom, it's on there. A little bit more glue to seal the sides, just a little bit. And again, y'all, for those of you who are just tuning in, this is KDS tip glue, and you can find it on Amazon or eBay. KDS. Okay, so I'm applying my glue too thin because I'm being scary. So it's causing air pockets that I'm going to have to seal up from the bottom. So tips are on. 4 out of 5. And this is one of those nails I was talking about earlier that I cracked super low. Doesn't matter now because I'm about to be a bad bitch again. All of my tips are on. I could walk out like this and be satisfied. Alrighty, so I'm gonna get my towel back ready. And as you guys, if you have been watching me, this is what I have always done is I use terry cloth towels for my acrylic application instead of regular towels, and not instead of regular towels, instead of regular paper towels. And the reason why is because the terry cloth, these bristles, act as like a comb, so they're combing out the product of my brush while I'm wiping it on my towel. And I feel like when I'm wiping my brush on paper towels, all that product just kind of gets pushed back into the brush if it's not wet enough to be dragged out by the towel. So then my brush ends up being dirty. I ruin my brush. I got to replace my brush. It's another expense, or I have to stop and clean out my brush really, really good and then finish the client's other hand. So it's taking more time, also making me lose more money. So it's more cost effective for me and faster for me to use a regular terry cloth towels. I buy like 60 every other month, but that's just because I'm excessive. But the acrylic does not wash out of the towels. There's no way to get this acrylic out. So once your towel is full of acrylic, you have to toss it out. So what I do is I use my towel, my brand new towel, and I get stuff on it. I get acrylic on it. But let's say when I'm done, I only have this little spot. So I wash my towel just like I always wash my towels. I dry it just like I always dry my towels. And then when I use it, I use another spot. I use another corner on the towel, and then I do that until my towel looks ultra raggedy, and I'm like, okay, it's time to throw that out and start. But if I have 60 towels in rotation, it takes a little bit of a while for my towels to get ultra raggedy. And then there's times where I fold them over and they get stuck to each other, and then they rip out the terry cloth on the clean side. So then those I just throw away. But also 60 towels in rotation, y'all. But if you may not need that many, you may not have that many clients, or you may just be cutting your towels. I sometimes get one of these shop towels and I cut it into like 4s, and boom, that's 4 or 5 sets, maybe even 8 if I double it, that I get to do with one towel. And these towels cost less than $1 a piece or $1 a piece, so it's really not that big of a deal to me. We still got to buy paper towels, but I'm not going through paper towels so much because I'm using them to get product out of my brush, and it's not really doing that. So that's why you guys are like, why the hell is she using her towel? I'm always going to be using my towel. I don't care what you say, and I don't care how dirty you say that I am. I'm never going to stop using the terry cloth towels. So yeah, my money, my problem. It works for me. If it does not work for you, I understand. Don't use this method. My brush is still dirty. Okay, so I want to set this in acetone while I refill my brush cup. I put a little bit of fresh monomer in it earlier, but it wasn't enough. It was stupid. Okay, so my brush cup is now empty, and I'm going to fill it with fresh monomer. I know that this is not cost effective for a lot of people, so I get it, totally get it. If you don't want to waste 2-3 ounces of monomer, girl, I'm with you. But I use a lot of monomer. I need a lot of monomer. I buy a lot of monomer, not just for me, but for y'all too. And yeah, that's what I use as brush cleaner. You can also use acetone if you're being responsible with it, and if you have a good heavy duty brush. If you do not have a good heavy duty brush, do not use acetone on it. Acetone will fry your brush. So I'm going to add a little bit of, well, not a little bit, but I'm going to add a little bit of monomer and then a small amount of pure acetone, a little bit more in there, and then I'm going to push my brushes all the way down, or my dirty brush all the way down, and I'm gonna stop holding, you guys, and here we go. Fresh brush is in there. It's not touching anything on the bottom or the sides. It's sitting there nice and cute. And I'm going to just switch out brushes. And this one is also, no, not also 14. This brush is a 16. It's a little bit longer and just a tad bit more fat. But it's not pinched as much, so it's not as wide. So, pro tip. Cool. I'll rinse off in some fresh monomer, and then I'm going to use that acetone like I did earlier to dehydrate my nails, and also kind of blend in and melt those tips into my natural nail instead of blending with my file. So this is just acetone that I'm using to dehydrate my nail beds. Not nail beds, nail plates. Sorry, guys. Alrighty, so they are dehydrated, and I'm going to go back with my Serial Killer primer and apply that on all of my nails. Trying to close this. And I'm going to bring my colors back, my glitter back. Going to reposition it since I am using my right hand now. So I'm just doing like a little bit of, I call it like fizzling out. I try to put a little bit, like a couple of glitter pieces down here, and then let it kind of ombre into a more glittery masterpiece. And remember, my green does glow in the dark, so I'm going to use a little bit more of that than my purple and blue. I'm going to encapsulate. And I'm going to use that same kind of paint and drag method that I used when I was using my left hand, because that method more so accommodates my curve. I'm using smaller, wetter beads, applying them to the cuticle area, and then blending them out. Oh, sorry, y'all. I should be showing you guys what I did. now that I have built up the rest of the nail, I'm going to go in and fill in the cuticle area with small wet beads again. Every time I want to do a consistent method so that my curve is the same. Okay, so remember, my green is my glow. So I'm doing a little bit more of that than my mermaid colors. I'm still leaving the occasional clear patches just to give it that 3D see-through effect. And this brush is a size 16. It's a little bit longer and thicker than the 14 brush that I was using earlier. And for those of you who were not here earlier, when I started the nails, the tips that I'm using are Clear Tips by Lamour, Lamour, and you can find them on Amazon. Oh, you might be able to find them on Amazon. I know you can find them on eBay. I got them at a local nail supply. So I do know most nail supplies, honestly, in the entire nation have Lamour tips. And I can say that because I've been to a lot of nail supplies in other cities and states that I taught in. And almost all of them, I want to say all of them, but I also don't want to be lying, but almost all of them had Lamour tips in clear, clear, natural. They have their K-tips. Their K-tips are the ones that are really, really curvy. And then they have their Eden tips that are really, really short and curvy for those who like that kind of hawk style nail. So, yeah, you can find these almost anywhere if you're a nail tech, but if you're not, try looking on eBay, maybe even Etsy sells them. Clear tips. Alrighty, so the acrylic is done, and I'm going to complete my shaping, or start my shaping process using my extra coarse sanding bands. And before I do that, obviously though, I have to close all of this shit up. And all of my colors, my monomer and all that good stuff can be found on ctones.com. This is glitter acrylic. It's not loose glitter. It's actually acrylic that has loose glitter mixed into it. But we do also sell loose glitters on ctones.com. And if you want to look at like the newer stuff that we have, check us out on Facebook. We're Ctones Acrylic on Facebook. And we are also California Boutique. That's California with a K. California Boutique. And that's my mom, y'all. She is in charge of all of the nail art. So anytime you see me with crystals, top coat, glitter, different glitters, confettis, foils, foil glue, cuticle oil, all that is my mom. I'm just the color maker at ctones.com. So my mom does all the other fun stuff when it comes to nail art, and she does have new nail art in all the time. So make sure that you are following California Boutique if you are in the nail industry. Okay, so let me get my e-file together. It's extra coarse sanding band. Sorry, I gotta put my glasses. Poke my eye out. I could set my one finger on. Okay, so since my nails are so long, I'm actually going to pull this out and relock it so that it doesn't move. And that way, I'll be a little bit more comfortable with how I'm filing my nails. So I want to make sure that my nail itself, though, is stable when it's being filed. that's how I'm going to start off my shaping process. They're still thick and I still need to file them down over the tops and just do obviously a lot more shaping, but that is how I start off the shaping process using my e-file. And then I'm going to use my 80 grit hand files. I've showed you guys these the last couple days. I got these from Amazon. They are 80 grit hand files. The other ones that I had were 100 slash 80 grit hand files. But these have 80 grit on both sides. I'm going to file these down a little bit thinner. To help my hand filing, make that a little bit easier. Just thinning them out on the top. If I don't do this with my e-file, I'm going to do it with my hand file. So since these are a little bit thicker because I was using that really big bead to encapsulate the glitter on my tips, I'm going to just file that down. Not too much. But it definitely did not need to be that thick. So I'm going to save myself some time hand filing. And do a little bit more filing with the e-file. Check this one. I don't know what's going on with this one. It just looks weird from certain angles. I may end up needing to just hand file this entire nail. That's okay. Don't do that. That's a no-no. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so before I get started on the hand filing, I'm just going to finish off the filing with the e-file on this hand. Oh shoot. Hey guys. Sorry. I tried to share the live just now. But thank you so much for my stars. I truly appreciate it. It's just like giving me a kick. So thank you guys for it's supporting the creativity. So just know the Facebook stars, ad breaks, subscriptions, all that stuff adds to me funneling that into investing in, honestly, time to do all of the things that I can do on social media. It does get a little bit overwhelming though. Social media is just intense at all times. So it's kind of hard to work on here and be on here every day or as often as I'd like. Because sometimes you may get on Facebook to just catch up with family, friends, or get some creativity, and the next thing you know, it's 20 people going crazy and talking terrible about other people, and then boom, now you just saw somebody get shot, and then you saw a kid was kidnapped. Like, it's just all types of crazy stuff. So having the news at your fingertips, and especially through the funnel through the eyes of just the people around you, is not it's not always healthy. Definitely not. So I'm trying to just moderate my time on here, or on here and have it be about nails, because I'm human, and obviously, some stuff does get intriguing or even distracting. So I'm trying my hardest for these last few days to just make it about nails and laughter. That shit hurts. Gotta make sure that your nail is stabilized before you use the e-file on it. Otherwise, it's going to be an uncomfortable experience. You always see me using my nails against my other nails. And you always see my pinky out helping me with the cause. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, so when I'm doing tips, I tell my clients to leave like little flyaways like this and stuff alone. Do not pick at them because it could mess up the structure of the entire nail. I go back and I remove this if it's not already removed when I'm filing, at the end, at the very end, after all the gel polish is done and all that. That way it has a little bit more security and I don't snap that off and snap off a little chunk of the tip or whatever the case may be. So for these little plastic pieces that are on the side, and normally you only see them when you're doing like a coffin shape, but yeah, leave those there. Tell your clients not to pick on them or even like hide them. Sometimes I hide them from my clients. I just push it back this way, push it back, and it's still there. But at the end is when I go back and I file that stuff away. So if you have clients that are just touching, always touching stuff, that kind of sucks. But try to, those people who pick at stuff, try to kind of keep that out of their way, because it is tempting to pick on because you feel like it doesn't belong there, and it doesn't, but there is a more safe way to remove them. Now I'm going to use my medium sanding band, the Vivo sanding band. Sorry guys, looks like Facebook kicked me out. Okay, sorry guys, I can't. I was looking for something on my screen, but I'm using a new app to go live, so I'm still learning it. That's why I've been live so many times in these past couple days, because I'm trying to figure out exactly how to use this new app and do it effectively. I know some of you are watching me on YouTube, and some of you are watching me on Facebook, so I'm trying to go live on both. I was going to suspend going live on Facebook, and I was just going to move to YouTube. But while I am in the process of just moving and forking content over there, I'm going to be using my Facebook audience to do so. So I will be live on Facebook. I do not have any recent mail content on Facebook as far as videos go. Those videos will be posted on YouTube, so you guys know my videos are normally in between like 3 to 10 minutes long. I've had some long ones before, but for the most part the average video is 3 to 10 minutes. So for those videos, those will be only on YouTube until I figure out this whole thing with Facebook. Like I said, I'm not getting any help from Facebook. I have to continuously say it on my live and hope that I get their attention in some way, shape, or form. But my page was hacked and Facebook helped me get it back, and now they're telling me that they didn't. So I don't know. I have no clue what's going on with Facebook, but hopefully they're going to get an answer for me soon. But I don't have one, so I actually do encourage my subscription holders to cancel their subscription. Because, guys, I'm really sorry. I have no clue who hacked my page and where that money is going to. And I don't want my supporters, my subscribers, I don't want you guys to be victimized at all. But I am not going to continue posting exclusive content and stuff and knowing that my money in my bank account is not even safe. So for now, I will be pushing the migration to YouTube tour by Mickey Nails. So thank you guys for those of you who have been tuning in to YouTube for me. I have more coming for you guys. Okay, so now that the shaping and the blending and the filing and all that craziness is done, I'm gonna go on with my cone bit. That's cone like ice cream cone, C-O-N-E. And this is what I use to seal and blend my cuticle area. kind of messing this nail up, y'all, instead of just putting more acrylic on it, but I ain't got time. So I'm going to kind of doohickey this nail into submission and then make it so that y'all can't tell, and then we'll be done. Alrighty, so we're all set. It's time for top coat. All dusty, so I'm going to undust. And I'm not going to use acetone. Normally you guys see me swipe my nails with acetone. I'm actually not going to do that today because I have on tips, and if I get any of that acetone at the bottom of my nails, then it's going to melt those tips, ruining the structure of my nails, and that's not cool. So I'm gonna go in with my non-wipe top coat. I'm almost out of it, that's why I gotta shake it and stuff so that it doesn't separate. So instead of wiping with acetone, I'm going to wipe with alcohol. I'm just going to get all that dust out of my cuticle area. going to cure this hand. Alrighty. Let's see if y'all can see the glow. I got my window open. Oh yeah, you can still see them glowing. Okay, so now I'm going to top coat this hand. Okay, I need a new top coat. Let me stop playing. I think top coat is one of the number one things that I run out of because I do such long nails and I feel like I use so much for every set. And it's like, see, it's like when it comes to colors, you know, everybody's not getting the same color, but everybody's going to get top coat 9 times out of 10. Okay, so that top coat is also empty, so let's pull out another bottle. So I'm just going to cure my thumb first. That way the top coat is not all slipping and sliding all over the place. Okay. So just a quick flash cure. It'll finish when I cure the rest of the nails. Sorry. It's a little excessive. Okay, 60 seconds in the lamp. So I'm gonna show you guys something that I'm actually not even supposed to show y'all. Oh goodness. But I'm gonna show y'all, and I'm just gonna let mom cuss me out later. But mom has been working on something. Mom's been working on this actually. I'm not gonna say it's been a whole year, but she's been working on this for a long time, and so the last few months, you guys haven't really seen mom, because she's working on a different venture, and she's getting it right, and she's doing it right, and she wants to take all the necessary steps to just make sure that all of her T's are crossed and her I's are dotted, and she's on her P's and Q's. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen mom, she's definitely going to be releasing some awesomeness very, very soon. And it doesn't just have to do with nails and feet, but just also just wellness in general. So I am going to show you guys in just a second, and then I'm gonna get out y'all face. So I'm gonna show you guys the glow again. I had to move in front of the window. Well, here are my new fancy party nails. And this is just alcohol. Just rinsing them off, making sure there's no dust on them or anything. Okay, so mom has been working on body butters and hair butters and foot butters and toe butters. So mom, I don't know if she gave this to me or I stole it. I don't know, but she's working on all different sizes and stuff, and I don't even know what size this is. I just grabbed it because I like the little label on it. But mom is working on Melanin Cosmetics, so super excited for her to just launch the line of butters and soaps and salts and all that fun stuff. So it's not just for nails. Of course, I use it for cuticle oil, but I use my mom's stuff from head to toe. It's 100% natural. It'll always have the ingredients listed, and yeah, I love it. It's my holy grail, and I don't buy what's that stuff called? I don't buy lotion. So this is actually a whipped butter that I had in the car. She's gonna be mad at me that I showed you guys it like this, because it's not like it's final at its final whipping state. It kind of melted a little bit because I stole it and I put it in the car. But yeah, so it's whipped and it's so soft and all that good stuff. I don't care about none of that. Mom is gonna be doing all her own advertising, so y'all just gonna see me using her stuff on pedicures and when I'm done with my nail sets. But my cuticle balm, not the oil, cuticle oil, we get that from somewhere else, but the cuticle, oh my gosh, and it smells so good. The cuticle balm and the foot balm and the pedi butters and the body butters and the hair butters and all that stuff, mom is going to have that coming to y'all soon, and y'all need it. It's about to get cold, and yeah, so if you're like me, that's terrible skin in the winter, this is definitely going to save your life. And not only that, it's just all natural. We're just kind of in this state, I don't feel like kind of in a state, I've always been in the state where I just didn't trust the government kind of deal, and then I don't trust big corporations like at all. So you don't know what they're putting in our food and our butters and our soaps and the stuff that we use every single day, like toothpaste and deodorant. So yeah, if I can switch to something that's not only all natural but also female and black female owned, um, that's how it's gonna go over here. So here are my nails. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for watching and checking out my little jazzy nails. I'm happy again. But like I always do, and I have been doing for the past few days, past few weeks, is I've been making sure that you guys know that I need you to reach out to whoever you need to reach out to. Do your research, Google, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. But Breonna Taylor's killers have still not gotten justice. So if you are in the city of Louisville, Kentucky, or any of that, like, I need you guys to really, really get on this. It's been a long time. The last time I actually saw a specific number, but it was over 152 days. So their families are happy with them in the beds with them and going out with them and all that cool stuff. But Breonna Taylor's family is in despair. They're distraught, and right now is not the time for us to be allowing things like this to happen and people walk away free, scot-free. So justice for Breonna Taylor, justice for Jacob Blake, justice for every day is somebody new. So let's stop adding names to the list and add our own names to our politicians and our lawmakers, like letters to them, emails to them, calls to them. Your politicians should know you. And if you don't do all that, if you're not into politics, use your platform. So I love you. God bless you. And it's not always about Black Lives Matter, but it's always about right and wrong. So I need y'all to get on it. I love you guys. Black lives do matter forever and always. And I will see you guys next time.